My name is Mohammad and my family name is Jalali. I am 35 years old and I'm from central of Iran, the tiny desert village of Tudeshk. I've been in a small village and I was tired to see same faces every day. So when I went to the highway, I have seen many cyclists and they were different with the people from the village. And it was a big question in my mind that who is he or who is she and why they are different. And they were talking with different languages, so that's was how I got interested about them, and I took them to my grandfather's home and I started to learn English. I had a really intelligent teacher. He was my English teacher and he knew about tourism. He was traveling to many countries. So he found out that I'm interested about tourism business, so he taught me conversational English. I wrote that in a piece of paper. I had that piece of paper in my pocket, and when I was waiting along the highway, I stopped cyclist and I was reading my questions on my paper.
And what were the questions?
Like the first sentence, it was, please stop just a moment. And then, hello, what's your nationality? Where are you going? What do you think about Iran? This same and boring question for tourists. It was really difficult because the people from the village, they didn't know anything about foreign people and tourism industry. So I must to fight for it. And luckily after some days, after a while, they could understand that tourism, it can be a economy for the community. Because I was going to bakery to buy bread for tourism went to the shops to buy mineral water, to buy cigarettes, cookies, and they could see tourists bring money to the village. People are welcoming tourists, so when I have guests here, they go by themselves to walk in the old part of the village. They've been invited by people for a cup of tea, for some cookies. If somebody comes here and knock my door and I'm not to open the door, my neighbors, they invite them, they call me. If they see tourists along the highway, they call me, okay, cyclists or bikers are passing by here, so come here. I was hosting people in another house, which was a rental house. Maximum capacity I had, it was 5 people. And I host tourism there, many cyclists, many backpackers there, so I saved some money. And this house, it was left for 20 years, so it was in a really sorry condition. I bought it and it took 3 years for me to rebuild it. And now I have 7 rooms for guests, 2 private rooms for ourselves, and some storage room, kitchen, sitting area, because nobody could believe it can be a house again.
But you had the vision.
Yeah, I knew I will make it. And luckily when I finished this house, many people in the village also, they start to rebuild their own houses. They own traditional houses. I was not a person to study, go to the university. I was not a person to go to factory and work. So I really don't know what should I do.
So you basically created your own job.
Yeah, it was my dream, and I reached my dream.
Out of all the places that I have stayed in Iran so far, this has been the best. The way this has been restored with such care, such precision, and so calculated, it's really something to admire.